Alright, this is division using scientific notation. It says part 6 of 6. In fact, this is the addendum down here. Again, my allergies are acting up, so forgive me. Anyway, this is the addendum. And I want to talk about just some things as I've looked at these videos. Some things that I've thought about. And I wrote them down in no particular order, so I'm just going to pick and choose, jump around. One of the first things I said was, why learn this type of division using scientific notation? And I said someday maybe, your phone's battery will die, or, you won't be able to get your hands on a computer or something like that. There's another reason for using this, and that is the limitations of even in my case, my Microsoft Surface, its calculator. And I will show you that to you in a moment. I only want to switch the camera on once, but we'll get back to that. But you will find that, in my case, the Microsoft Surface, the size of 10, what power you can raise 10 to, there's a limitation on that. And I was just messing around with numbers, as I like to do, and discovered that there was a limitation on the power of 10. So this might come in handy down the road, especially with things like astronomy, where more and more we're starting to look at black holes and supermassive black holes. Coming to the realization that it's conceivable in gamma ray bursts and blah blah blah. It's conceivable there's more than one universe. A multi-universe universe. In which case we are going to need some humongous numbers. And 10 to the 10,000 or 15,000th power is quite conceivable. As a matter of fact, there's no, the astronomers, the theoretical physicists, whoops, I just got mail, theoretical physicists, astronomers, at this point, all bets are off. We really, really don't have any idea how big these numbers can get. So, you may reach a point, or we may reach a point, where our beloved tablets and phones can't handle the kinds of numbers we're talking about, in which case we still can, using division, using scientific notation like this. That's another reason to learn this sort of stuff, that our almighty machines may not be so almighty after all. Okay, that's that. Another thing I want to do is include links to all the lessons, and I am YouTube challenged, so I'll have to work on that. Another point I want to talk about was using scientific notation for everyday fractions. Just everyday division problems you probably saw in the 4th, 5th grade, somewhere in there. Go ahead and try it, because it always works. It works for all these numbers. I mean, plain, the regular numbers we used to work with, and crazy numbers now that we're starting to talk about with Planck time, and universe size, and the universe, I guess, is somewhere around 90 billion light years across, something to that effect. And of course we've got the black holes. The universe is sprinkled with all sorts of dark matter and dark energy, so who knows? The astronomers will change their minds tomorrow, no doubt. But it also works with the old math that we used to do back in grade school, like 9/16, so 3/8. So go ahead and try it. Just go ahead and do that. And I guess it's probably time to change the camera around. I will in just a second. But one thing I definitely wanted to touch on is this strange fraction here. 547 divided by 611. That doesn't seem too spooky, right? introduce your powers of 10, and I would make that 5,470 divided by 611, with this being, I'd have to multiply by 10 here. If I made that 5,470, I have to multiply it by 10 to the negative 1. 611 would be multiplied times 10 to the 0, and then blah, 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 blah. And you grind it out, and you will get an interesting number, because the repetend size, that is to say, the size of the repeating pattern of digits, is 138 digits. And I'll show that to you in just a minute. But, alright, so I guess it's about time to switch the old camera around, so break out the Dramamine, get ready to barf. Here we go. There, you should be good and nauseous by now. Let's go to 547 divided by 611. Quite a number, right? Now here's the trick. Find the repeating pattern. Hint, you won't find it. That is because the repeating pattern is so big that this calculator will not display it. And we are going to have to try to find the repeating pattern another way. The way we're going to find this repeating pattern is a website called ttmath.org. That's thomasmath.org. And they have an online calculator that is to die for, if you're an engineer like me, so you just love this stuff. Let's see if we can find it. Hey, there it is now. How about that, huh? Oh look, I've even got 10 to the 0 power there for you. So 10 to the 0 power, the result is 1. See that? I told you 10 to the 0 equals 1. I've got the precision set to 2048 bits mantissa, 250 bits exponent. That gets into logarithms and things like that. Let's just say it's big precision and leave it at that for the moment. But let's try 547 divided by 611. And there's your result. Love the speed. The repetend, or the repeating pattern in this rascal, is 138 characters long. And if you count them out, and yes, I counted them out, you can see it's starting with 895, 253 here. Right in there. And you don't see that pattern start to repeat again until down here. 895, 253, and so forth. So up until here, ending with this digit 3 right there, the 895, this starts it, and this 3 ends it. That is all the repetend, which is pretty interesting. Now there are actual ways to determine repetend size. I haven't explored them. I don't think that I will. That's more for mathematicians and guys like that. But something to play with. So have I touched on all the things I wanted to talk about? Repetend size, ttmath.org, very important. using scientific notation on plain old division from the 5th grade. I've got to put the links into actually I should put them into all of my YouTube lessons. And the importance of scientific notation in division when it gets to really, really spooky big numbers. Oh yes, and I wanted to show you one. Watch. I'm going to take 10 and raise it to the, I don't know, the 10,001st power. This is what I'm talking about. Given the size of the universe, all bets are off as to how big or how small numbers are going to get. So being able to manually grind out things like division and multiplication using scientific notation, it may come down to pencil and paper at some point. In which case, all this series of lessons is really quite important. So, I think I've got everything covered here. My notes I wanted to add on. So that's the addendum. Good luck. You can email me at Alan, that's ALAN, _, Speakman, the word speak and the word man, at hotmail.com. So, let me know if you have questions, and thanks for watching.